It's been something been irking me that's been on my mind for a while. And I know a lot of my fellow Gen Xers feel it, smell it. You feel it in the air. And you, my friend, are not wrong. I was born in 1974, and a lot of things have transpired since then. I've watched the world turn completely into something I no longer recognize. And I know what it is. So you look at the TV shows, the movies, the music, everything's anti-man, everything's anti-masculine man, everything's anti-straight masculine man, everything is diametrically opposed to what men are. A lot of the TV shows, the cartoons we even watched growing up, where the man was the hero, all of them had messages, strong, poignant messages, positive messages that will get you going on the right track, get you going in the right direction. Made you proud to be a man. You wouldn't be scared of any obstacles that will come before you. You'd be like, man, who cares? I'm gonna run straight through this wall. We were conditioned like that. We grew up drinking water from water hoses. Come to find out now, a lot of those water hoses was full of lead, but we survived. We still here. We still kicking it. We still doing our thing. Gen X produced first millionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs, made it cool to be a businessman, entrepreneurs. Just the whole mindset was different. Our generation was versatile. We read books to get the wheels turning in our mind, to become intelligent. We spoke slang. We hung out. We can fight. If you want to take it to the next level, get them toys, them pistols, we had them too. We was versatile. We did it all. We went from there to boardrooms. We became CEOs. We started our own companies. The effect Gen X has had on this world has been powerful. And shout out to Angry Man for saying this, but he was right when he was like, the system literally waged war on Gen X. And he mentioned Redman and Method Man show, Summer Jam 97, and it's like the new generation, the new crop of consumers was just, the crowd was dead. I remember, I don't know if it was the House of Blues or the Riviera in Chicago when Method Man came. And he did Bring the Pain. And the nigga jumped in the crowd and started crowd surfing. At the time, we only seen rock stars do that. Like jump in the crowd and crowd surfing, and they passing him around while he's still rapping. The rock stars do it while they still singing their song and passing around the crowd. They were crowd surfing. Never seen, at the time, I never seen a rapper do that, an MC do that. That was new. The show was amazing, and that man, he snapped off. But that was just the energy of Gen X as a whole. It's just the whole era is kind of why we are where we're at today. Because see, the war against Gen X that was waged back in the day, a lot of Gen Xers might have subconsciously let their guards down. It's just natural. It's human nature, certain things. That's when it comes to human nature, you have to fight that at times. So that can destroy you. That's how people get snook, physically, literally, and metaphorically. You can get snuck out the game. snuffed out. But see, that's not something that has gone away. It's really still going on today. There's literally a war going on against Gen X today because the programming of what's going on with this new generation of consumers when it comes to music, when it comes to the sexy reds, the stripper culture and all that, and the mumble rappers that a lot of these rappers are not talking about anything. There's no messages. Nobody is pushing any kind of positive messages to get the mind turning, to get society going in a positive direction. The world has become anti-masculine man, anti-straight man. All of a sudden, men are the problem. No longer are we the heroes. All of a sudden, we are the problem. Any man in a movie or TV show, he's an idiot. He's fumbling, bumbling, and he needs a woman to save him all of a sudden. This type of programming is because society wants, right now, you call it the powers that be, society as a whole, whatever it is, American society, whatever you want to call it. When it comes to Gen X, the reason they are reprogramming the minds of the boys and the girls, actually, they can't wait for the girls to jump on the stripper pole. But more importantly, the reason why there's such a strong effort to reprogram the minds of young boys is because they're trying to make sure that another Gen X generation will never exist in this world. That's the new war that's going on right now. They want to make sure another Gen X generation is never born. They want the mindset, the individualized, entrepreneurial, can battle you in the street or in the boardroom or in Congress. They want to make sure that mentality never exists again. And this is why you have the butchering of Star Wars. Just a lot of the original Star Wars movies. X-Men, the cartoons we grew up watching, superheroes we grew up watching, Marvel, all these things are being usurped and changed. In the next 10 to 20 years, the original content, comics, the original format of how these characters really were, nobody will ever know. Because they're going to find ways to completely erase the comics of the past, cartoons of the past. They're going to fix it to where you can no longer watch those episodes. You can no longer buy those episodes. They're moving towards deleting all the old school material that we grew up watching. Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, The Fall Guy. Everything is on the hit list because these things formed our mindset growing up. They did. As a result, society had to deal with us the way we grew up, the way our minds work, the way we are naturally. Trials and tribulations. Those of Gen X that did survive, those of Gen X that were able to adapt to technology and different ways of making money, learning how to make money, learning how to debrief and deprogram our minds, because a lot of our relatives and parents taught us in a way that was not beneficial to the direction we wanted to go in. It actually harmed us more than helped us, but that's all they knew. To follow along on some get along gang type of shit. So they passed down the fear and everybody white is, oh, you can't trust them. They're all racist and this and that. They hate us and this and that. And you constantly hear that growing up, and you constantly being told and programmed to, oh, you must always vote for Democrats. That's what we do. That's what black people do. We're Democrats. No. To make that your default setting, even as a kid growing up, I always thought that was fucking stupid. I never understood that. And even now, as one of the early Gen Xers, I sit here and I'm like, I can't believe I even entertained that growing up. Because that mental brainwashing definitely harmed me a lot more than helped me. But if you take a look around in society as a whole, it's not even so much as being a covert war anymore. At this point, it is blatantly in our faces. They are literally playing in Gen X's face. And you got a glimpse of that when Cameron went on CNN and had that interview. And you could tell the lady was trying to bait him to say what she wanted him to say, so that they can chop up what he said and condense it and repackage it and deliver it in another way to make him seem like he was insinuating and saying something else. They want to repackage it and basically say, hey, Cameron is taking up for Diddy. He condones what Diddy has done. That's what they wanted to do. And Cam felt that. That's why he mentally was like, okay, I see what this is. Because they could have easily asked Mace. Mace was literally, it's on record, he was literally signed to Puffy, to Bad Boy. So wouldn't that be the first person you reach out to? And that's just on some common sense shit. So you could tell what the motives were. And it's just all over the place. And you look at the political landscape, it's seething with that ideology. Anti-masculine man, anti-Gen X rhetoric. All you gotta do is just open your eyes and pay attention. This has been going on for a while now. Because they view the Gen X generation, as the biggest threat to what they want to do as far as snatching everybody's rights, bulldozing over everybody at will. And you got a lot of these patriots, a lot of these dudes, a lot of these white patriots, they got that Gen X energy in them too. They might not even be direct Gen X in that generation, but they were raised by Gen Xers who infused that energy into them. So that their dynamic is naturally patriotic. And them patriots ain't finna play. You ain't finna run them over and that's why they come with that "don't tread on me" flag. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But of course you got the race hustlers like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson types that want to be like, oh, that's racist, and oh no, they don't even have anything to do with that. But you leave it to the brainwashers, because a lot of these people that's carrying the water for the Democratic Party, make no mistake about it, they are at war with Gen X too. They are definitely at war with Gen X. But see, we ain't going nowhere. We are the generation that we are not kneeling for nobody. You literally gonna have to run us over, because there will be pushback. And that's the mindset that they're trying to get rid of, which is why they're trying to redo all these old school shows, bring in new characters, make women the main protagonists, have men being subservient to women, because they want the boys growing up to think that way naturally. That way there's less pushback. They don't have to worry about them being another Gen X. And that's the biggest scare. That's the biggest thing that they're afraid of right now. So to this, I say to all my Gen Xers out there, I know you feel it too. I know you smell it in the air just like I do. 10 toes down. We here.